Storytime, Evoluzione Radio.
Dear lovers of stories and tales, welcome back on Storytime. I'm Vera and I'm all ears. But before presenting you our next guest, let me tell you, don't forget to follow us on all of our social media channels. And now, welcome to Fabio Parigi, who is going to talk about clean cooking technologies. Hi Fabio, how are you doing?
Ciao Vera, thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you for being here today with me. So let's start from you, Fabio. In 1 minute, who are you professionally and what problem in the world made you say, I need to build a company around this?
Thank you. I'm an engineer by training. I hold a master degree in mechanical engineering from Politecnico di Milano and a PhD in electrical engineering from the US. And I spent the last 20 years trying to decoding how can we scale sustainable solutions around the world. And travel more than 90 countries. I lived in 5 continents, and one challenge that is passionate me is clean cooking.
Okay, that's good. Yet 2 billion people still cook with fire or biomass, right?
Correct.
Why is cooking such a big and often invisible climate and social issue?
Unfortunately, this challenge affects about 1/4 of the world population, 2.3 billion people actually. And that utilize daily biomass and firewood to cook. This is a tremendous impact on health. For instance, it is the 3rd cause for premature death for women and kids in the global south. About 3.8 million people die prematurely per year. It is gender-based violence issues because unfortunately the ones that are cooking are young kids and girls. Instead of going to school, they collect firewood. Emission side, the CO2 emission associated with dirty cooking is the same CO2 as the aviation industry. So this is the tremendous impact that is affecting billions of people worldwide. And nowadays there are a lot of entities, universities and NGOs and companies around the world trying to tackle this challenge. And I believe the right approach to do is through the market-based approach and private sector. I've been trying to find the solution in the last several years, starting with the NGO head, partnering with several NGOs. We worked in India, Ghana and Kenya, where we deployed thousands of stoves for the benefit of tens of thousands of people. And after many years and a lot of financial implication, I found out that actually the bottom-up approach is not sufficient. In the sense we need a more comprehensive, more holistic approach. And the next step was working with the EU and the UN, try to do the opposite, top-down approach, and it was a little bit too slow. So possibly, the best way to go is try to fulfill the needs of the family in rural Kenya, in rural Tanzania, or in Congo. If you can meet their needs with a business model that works for them, I think it can be possible.
Yeah. Clean cooking technologies is not just about clean stoves. You often say you're building digital infrastructures for the carbon economy. What does that mean in simple terms?
So there are two challenges here. One is how do we finance all of this, especially when we work in a market where the average income is $1 a day. And when you have 5 kids to feed, your budget is very tight. So my idea was to get access to the carbon finance to finance that. The problem is the carbon finance went through a big storm about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. There was a huge scandal in the carbon market, especially in the clean cooking sector, due to lack of transparency of the biggest player on the world. Actually, they scam the entire world on the clean cooking and carbon credits. And unfortunately for the market, it was hit very badly, but now it's coming up again. I was kind of saw it coming because I've been in the sector for more than 10 years now, and actually I built the technology and the company to prevent future scamming. So what we're trying to do is try to bridge the trust gap between the carbon finance and the needs of the people in the global south.
Wow. That's very interesting. And you talk a lot about high integrity and no greenwashing. What's broken in today's carbon offset market and how is your approach different?
Yeah, so believe that two main things are on the table. One is accuracy. We need to be the most precise as possible. Second, transparency, most transparent as possible, to gain trust in the market. And it's exactly what we're doing. So we are providing all our stoves. There are electrical stoves. They're very, very efficient. Induction stove and APC, electric pressure cookers. All of them with the embedded an IoT system. It's a small computer that we design, and that is in an independent way send the data to the cloud. It could be ledger on blockchain, and we transform those utilization energy into credits. The data are validated by a third party, international party that kind of put a regulatory framework around it. And now we are working to build what is called a super credit. We are very, very, very few companies in the world that do that. Each our credit is the latest on methodology, like a gold standard and Vera, the two biggest in the world. Also, we are going to be very Article 6 of the Paris Agreement compliance very soon, and also GCP label, the quality and ethical point of view. And also Corsia, they are the standard for the aviation industry. So basically our credits could be utilized and traded among all these big players.
Which is very important actually today, also in the our constant run to be as much sustainable as possible. You're already active in 14 countries, mainly in the global south. Can you share one real story or moment from the field that made you realize this is actually working?
Yes, we have active in several countries, mainly in the global south, and we like to do one event when we finish distribution our stove, that is a clean cooking contest where each single family prepare their own food, and the first prize generally is a goat, and people love it. So we call all the kids for the town. There's music, a lot of food, and then there is a jury that taste the food physically, and they are like social workers, local church people. So it's very, very social, big social event. And during one event, there were like 100, maybe 1,000 people participating, and I was sitting on the desk trying the food, and I saw that all the juries, they start looking at themselves with the eye, and they look at me the same as I wasn't understanding what's going on. They say, "Did you see? Did you taste it?" I say, "Yeah, what? Fine. It doesn't taste smoky." It was the first time in their life they tried food that wasn't smoky, and this was very, very fantastic
and satisfying, I bet. Yeah, 100%. Your ambition is actually huge. 100 million tons of CO2 reduced. So I'm asking you, what needs to happen in the next 3 to 5 years to make that goal realistic?
Yes, this number seems very ambitious if we look at from our startup point of view from Milan, Italy. But if we look at the needs of the world, if we need the numbers that companies and the governments need to compensate, is actually a very, very achievable number. The way we are planning to tackle this and make it reality is to create a systemic change where we are partnering with several big polluters, big companies that they need the credits, partnering with the governments and with the NGOs for the last mile distribution, so we can really build a system where we have a kind of train the trainers and multiply effect on the several countries at the same time.
Last question. If an investor, policymaker, or even a curious citizen is listening to you right now, what kind of partners are you looking for, and why should they care?
Thank you. This is a very, very beautiful question, Vera. So from a human being perspective, I think everybody of us should put our own effort to change the world we live and save our beautiful planet. And you think that you can do it. Every time you open your wallet or you pay with your phone, every euro actually is a vote towards a business model that is either sustainable or is not. Every time you go to a restaurant, every time you go to a grocery store, you buy your food, you are making a choice. If you eat, for instance, plant-based diet or animal-based diet, the impact on the environment is completely different. When you buy a product, when you move, when you decide maybe take a train instead of fly, instead of take a bicycle instead of riding a car, or a car, an electric car versus combustion engine. So every time in our life, even though we are very small, mission wise, we can make a change at every level. And like with your work you do, exactly what you're doing right now. So pushing some values around your professionality from one side. From the other investors and buyers, I would say buy only products, support only companies, startup in this case, that have value, and find solutions that are good for people and for the planet. And generally, when they're good for the planet, are good for the people and the rest.
100%. To get to know more about clean cooking technologies, you can directly join Fabio Parigi through the digital world. So let's start with Instagram, Fabio_Parigi, LinkedIn then to follow Fabio Parigi, so name and surname. And then we have the website clean.cooking, and the other one is fabioparigi.com. It's been really a pleasure to listen to your story. So thank you so much, Fabio, for being with us, and till the next time.
Thank you, Vera. Have a nice day, and thank you very much for the listeners. Bye-bye.
Storytime, Evoluzione Radio.